Welcome to All This Math. This is Professor Parker, and for this lesson, I want to talk about the remote exterior angle theorem. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's really not that bad. I'm about to show you. Let me say it again, though. The remote exterior angle theorem. So this is a theory, right? Or a set of rules, or a rule, really. It's really just one rule that we use in geometry in order to solve problems and figure out information about triangles and angles. It really could be any type of shape, but usually we'll see this theory used with triangles, right? Remote, the word remote is in there. Think of your remote control. It can control your TV from far away, all right? You know, back in the day when I was a youngin', I used to have to get up and walk to the TV and turn the knob way back in the day. That sounds crazy right now to even imagine I have to get up to turn the channel, right? Instead of just relaxing, chilling on the couch or whatever and just hitting a button, you know? But yeah, so the remote control controls your TV from far away, right? So, and exterior means outside. Like the outside of your house is the exterior of your house. The inside of your house is the interior. So you got interior, you got exterior. All right. Now, how does this theory apply? Look at this triangle, right? And look at this line that's extended, right? From point H to point F to point A. So this is like a ray actually, because this would be considered ray HA, or you could call it ray HF actually. All right, so this is your triangle. This is the exterior area of the triangle. So outside the triangle is all this out here. All of this out here. All that is exterior. Anything not in the triangle is exterior to the triangle. All right, repeat the word exterior. So angle, this is the angle symbol. All right, so this angle, right? This is the exterior angle we talking about. In this case, we're talking about the exterior angle. And the angles inside the triangle that are furthest away from it or remote to it, remote, would be this angle and this angle. They are remote. Like a remote control controls your TV from far away, right? Your PlayStation controller, right? It's no cords no more. When I was a youngin', I played video games. Our controllers had cords, right? Now you got remote controlled sticks now, right? So this is the angle, right? This is an exterior angle, and it's remote from or far away from these two angles. This angle right here is very close to it. It's adjacent to it. So what the remote exterior angle theory says is this. The two remote angles, when you add them together, that sum is always going to be equal to the measure of this exterior angle. So boom, identify this exterior angle. Where is it? Okay, right? It's the measurement. Let's say we want to know the measurement. The measurement of this angle is always going to be equal to the sum of two of the angles inside the triangle. But don't include, so if you ever get to wondering like, well, how do I know which two angles to use? Because that's a common question. How do I know which two angles? The triangle's got three angles. So you got to choose two of them and add them together. But in order to make sure you choose the right ones, choose the two angles that's furthest away from that exterior angle. This angle right here is right next to it. It's right up on it. It's right next to it. So you should know in your mind just from looking at the picture that that's not one of the angles, because that angle is not far away. That angle is right next to it, right? It's like somebody in your class, like two people that are far away, they can't possibly be sitting right next to you, right? So that's how this is. This angle inside the triangle is right next to this exterior angle. So you don't include this angle. So you're not going to add this angle right here and this angle. You're not going to add this angle and this angle. This angle right here that's next to the exterior angle is, or adjacent, I should say. That's a better vocabulary term, adjacent. That angle is never going to be included. You're always going to include the two angles that are furthest away. That's why the word remote is key. That's a key vocabulary term, remote. Just think, remote control for the TV, remote joysticks for your PlayStation or your Xbox, whatever you into, right? Two furthest away. All right. Add them up. That's going to give you the measurement of the exterior angle. So let's do this. Let's figure out the measure of this angle. All right. So I know that angle H plus angle G is going to be equal to this angle right here. Now, you might be looking at that and say, oh, why don't you just call it angle F? I can't call it angle F. I'm going to tell you why I can't call it angle F. I can't call it angle F because this angle, because F is the vertex of 3 different angles right in this area. F is the vertex of this angle, well, I should say this angle, which is HFG. F is also the vertex of angle GFA, which is this angle that we're talking about, right? So let me just write that down. Angle GFA. And F is also the vertex of this straight angle, angle HFA, because straight lines are also angles. They have a 180-degree measurement. Straight lines are also angles too, if you don't know that yet, right? So that's why whenever a point is the vertex of multiple angles, you can't just name the angle with that one letter. Because if somebody say, okay, well, angle F, how am I supposed to know what you're talking about? Because if you tell me angle F, you could be talking about this angle in here, or you could be talking about this angle in here that we talking about in the problem, or you could be talking about this straight angle. I have no way of knowing because they all got angle F. They all got point F for their vertex, right? So that's why you got to be specific in this situation with the G. You got to do the GFA. But H is the only point over here. It's no other angles, right? It's only angle H, and angle G is down here. It's no other alternative. G is just the vertex of just this angle. H is the vertex of just that angle. We don't got no other options, so it's no confusion, all right? So keep that in mind too, because that's important in geometry in terms of understanding how to name angles. We got to know how to name angles properly, all right? Because we want people to know what we're talking about when we talk about these angles inside these triangles. All right, so angle H is 82 degrees. So I'm going to replace that with an 82. Boom, put your plus sign. Angle G, 42 degrees. I'm going to replace that with a 42. Boom, bring the equal sign down. Angle GFA, we don't know. We don't know what that's called. We see a question mark right here. In my equation, I'm going to use a variable. I'm going to call it X because I like X. Shout out to Malcolm X, the ancestor, right? I like using X. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to add these two angles up, the measurement, right? 82 plus 42. I do the mental math. Add the 80 and the 40, that's 120. Add the 2 and the 2, that's 4. So that's 124. That's 124 degrees is equal to X. And that's that. All right. Now, I'm gonna get a little advanced on you real quick. I'm gonna show you how to check your work. Now, I did some other videos on the triangle sum theorem. The triangle sum theorem says that all 3 angles of a triangle must add up to 180, right? So if I know that this is 82 and this is 42, that is 124. So this third angle inside the triangle must be 56, I think. 124 plus 50, yeah, 56. So this third angle must be 56, right? Now, this is how I'm gonna check my work. This angle inside the triangle and this angle that we just saw for are supplementary. They're supplementary. I don't know if you learned that term yet. In case you didn't, supplementary means that the 2 angles add up to 180. And also the 2 angles form a straight line. They form a straight line. And they also add up to 180 degrees. So that means that if these 2 angles are adjacent like that and they form a straight line, that means their angle measurement total must be 180. So this angle plus this angle must be 180. And this is already 56. So you ask yourself, 56 plus what equals 180? I know I can figure that. I know how I can figure that out. You do 180 minus 56. 180 take away the 50, that takes you down to 130. Then 130 take away 6, it takes you down to 124. So that's got to be 124. And didn't we already said it was 124, right? So that's proof that our answer's right. All right, that's proof that our answer's right. So this is the remote exterior angle theorem. I'm going to do a couple more videos, right, where it gets a little more complex because it's going to be algebraic expressions in here. All right, algebraic expressions in here. So we're going to have to set up some more complex equations or some more involved equations, right? Nothing to get scared of, right? As long as you know how to solve equations, you're going to be cool. All right. If you don't know how to solve equations, I got videos on the channel here on All This Math. Make sure you subscribe. I got videos that go into great detail on how to solve equations step by step. And I make it easy. I break it down. I simplify it so everybody be able to do it. All right. So this is the remote exterior angle theorem. I showed it to you. Now go do some homework problems or find some practice problems because that's the only way you're really going to learn it for real, and commit it to memory. I showed you how to do it, but in order for you to really understand it and really learn it, you got to go get some practice. All right. So go practice some problems and I'll catch up with you on the next video. Peace.